I used to stay up all night trying to find my place, chasing neon lights and looking for some kind of trace.
Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm doing my weekly check-in. This is the second one for this month, week 2. And I only did the first few days of November, the last day of October for my week 1. And because I do a Friday to Thursday start and finish for my weeks, because it falls along with my husband's paydays. And that just makes it easier for me to track. And then when new income comes in, I can use that to keep using for my budget. So I'm excited to get in here. I'm excited to see the numbers. I have a sneak peek already. I did do a little pre-planning, and yeah, it's interesting. It's the holiday season. My son's birthday is on Christmas Eve. He'll be 24, and there's something we've been wanting to get since for 2 years now and couldn't. And you're going to see what I spent, and then a special surprise from my husband and what he spent and how we're paying for it, and all the money moves that we're going to do to pay off the credit card for week 2 in my weekly check-in. So let's go ahead and dive in and see what happened this week. Okay, I am back. So here are the money moves. Here are the things that are happening. Everything we have on here, we charge onto our credit card, and I pay it off every week, or at least by the end of the month. I have cash for whatever I'm spending, and I just pay it off. It's a discipline that takes a lot of getting used to, but we have gotten ourselves into the routine of paying it off, and I swear every time I get stressed out when I can't pay it off every week or by the end of the month. So it really puts me into check on how I'm going to take care of and pay for everything that I put on the card. Though it has not slowed a lot of the fun spending or the spending that we've done. We're not going over the top, and I think we have tapered some of it back, though we are having inflation and on prices on everything across the board, whether you're going out to eat, whether you're buying groceries, whether you're buying clothes, whether you're buying stuff, it doesn't matter. Inflation across the board. So I'm still trying to figure out how to combat inflation with how I spend and change things a little bit, but I don't like change as far as changing brands or changing how I shop or changing those things. So typically I just eat it and go, okay, I'll take the cost. I don't have the mental capacity to sit here and do all the math and save as much money as possible, especially when we're doing okay financially. I may be a lot more motivated if we were pinching pennies just trying to skimp by. So here we go. I have already written down on sticky notes all these transactions. I've written them down based on their category. So my first category is always my grocery household, and I'll total them up with you, and we'll put them in the weekly check-in, and we'll see what the numbers tell us. So grocery household is this pink color right here, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, and I have them written on this nice little sticky note from Erin Condren. So what I will do is go ahead and zoom you guys in so you can see better the different things on my planner and be able to read what I was shopping. So hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. So you will notice me looking up. I'm just looking at the viewfinder of my other camera. I'm actually using my laptop to record me talking to you guys, and then my vlogging camera to record what I'm doing down here. I do like this setup. It takes a little more finagling when we do the editing part of it, but I make it work. So that's why you've been seeing me in all the videos. But let me make sure I am on screen. So if I'm not looking this way, don't worry. I'll pay attention to you, I promise. Here we go. So I have the grocery household listed right here. I have my calculator. We had Meijer's here for $57.77. Meijer is my grocery store. It's right down the road within a mile. Let's see, I would say 2 miles, 2.5 miles from my house. And I don't like going any further than there. Unless they don't have something that I really want, then I'm willing to cross the interstate which is called the bypass here, and go to either Walmart, or we also have a Kroger's, we also have Aldi, we have a few other stores. But that side is always crowded and a lot of people, and yeah, I don't want to go that far. So usually I'll go to Walmart if they don't have it here, and I typically do a Walmart pickup so I can just get what I want and go, so I don't have to go inside. But I have gone shopping in Walmart recently, and you're going to see that. And I did go inside to do it because I wanted to try on some jeans, because I wanted new jeans and stuff. So we'll get to that in a minute though. So $114.37. Some of this is just me going back and my kids telling me, and my son's telling me, hey, I ran out of this, or I need that, or I only have one of these left, or my husband going, can we do this week, and change up meal plans and stuff, so I have to go back and buy certain things. So 57, 77, 114, 37, and then 74.11. These are a few items that Meijer didn't have in stock, and Walmart did have it. And then Meijer 189.84. This included a lot of cosmetics and beauty products. I decided to start wearing makeup again because I'm on here a lot and showing my face more, and church, and I don't know, I'm in the mood to do that. I would have done my nails, but I have not had time to do that yet, so hopefully I will get to that soon. But they are growing like crazy, and they're very long, and they look good when I do paint them. So hopefully I can get to that later. But I wanted to get this video up and finish my day. So there you go. So that was a lot of beauty, cosmetic, and groceries. And I combined that. If you can buy it at a regular grocery store, not including clothes, not including like if you bought automotive or electronics or something like that, I don't include that. I will divide the receipt up like I did here, and I'll talk about that in a second. But here, because it was in the pharmacy beauty section, makeup and beauty products, and I bought a bunch all at once, it was a big investment, so I was out of a lot of things. Here with the Walmart, that's $74.11. That was half of a receipt, or just over half of a receipt. The other half was $64.81, and I was buying stuff for that, not household stuff, not cleaning supplies or anything, but house stuff. I got storage totes, and I got 3 pairs of jeans and things like that from Walmart. I like their Time and True jeans, and they seem to fit me well, and they wear very well. I've had one pair for like 5 years now, and they're still really good. So I wanted to stock up on some more jeans that fit better, because I did lose, probably in the last year and a half, 20 pounds. So I haven't tried to lose weight. It happened and it needed to happen, so it did. And so that's where I'm at right now. And so let's total that up right here. Let's see if I can get both of this on the camera. And there we go. So 57.77 plus the 114.37 and the 74.11 and 189.84. There we go. So I spent this week $436.09. So I do have a pen somewhere. Okay, there you go. Found it. Actually, I want to use my other one. That one's about to run out of ink. There we go. So that was $436.09, and that matches my notes, which means I did my math correct, and I'm happy about myself with that. Oh, as much as I love budgeting, math still trips me up. So, but I love seeing how the numbers work and how everything flows in my budgets. So there you go. The next thing I have is restaurants. We did go out to eat quite a bit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times this week, for different things. One of these, no, I'll explain this one in a minute, but yeah, we just did some day trips. I went shopping with my sons and wanted to get Christmas stuff, and I'll talk about that later in miscellaneous. But every Friday we do a pizza night, and then for my sons, and then if my husband and I don't want to do pizza with them, we'll either order something separate. Lately it's been Buffalo Wild Wings. I have been addicted to their burgers. I don't know what it is about the one here. I never loved Buffalo Wild Wings before, but the one here down the road, oh my goodness, really, really good. They make really good food. And I'm addicted to their fried pickles. I have no idea why. Just not something I ordered before, but now I do. My son's like Papa John's, so they ordered that. So $62.29. We tip generously, so that's why it's higher probably than maybe what you would spend in your restaurants. We try to do 20% or higher, especially around the holiday seasons. Everybody's got Christmas gifts they need to buy. Everybody needs to pay the rent or utilities or whatever. And we just want to make sure we are stewarding the money well and sharing it where we should be sharing it. And I think tipping people, even if they're not the greatest, can bless them. God would bless them with that. And that's important to me. So and my husband, he's very much on the same way. And so that is probably why these are higher than maybe what you would typically spend, but that's okay. Burger King was, let's see, that was these two here, and then the, stuck. Get this over here. Burger King for $21.60, and then King Buffet. My husband was dying for Chinese food one night, so we went to a Chinese buffet place, and it's called King Buffet. And let's see what else. And that was $38.80. And then yesterday, what was yesterday? Did I put it? Yeah, Chick-fil-A, $25.80. I'm not even marking these off. Silly me. All right, let's mark off the groceries because I know I did that. I got the total for that. Now I'm getting the total for these. Burger King, King Buffet, and now Chick-fil-A. I took my sons out shopping, and it was lunchtime, and they like Chick-fil-A, so I took them to Chick-fil-A. Hey, why not? And every once in a while, I'll treat them out like that for lunch. Let's see here. Let's do it this way. Alrighty, and I'm going to move this over so it has more room over here. So $62.29 plus the $34.26 plus $21.60 plus $38.80 plus $25.80. Here we go. So here we have $182.75. That is what we spent on eating out. Technically, we spent more than that, but I'm not counting it with this paychecks or this pay period's money or this weekly check-ins money. And there's a reason why. My husband actually went out to hunt lunch with his company that he works with now yesterday, and which was the 9th. Today's the 10th, and I'm closing out the budget. There are a few spending things today, but I'm going to put them on Friday's budget. So he went to this Mexican restaurant, is where they went. But he forgot to write down what the tip was. And it's an impending process without the tip. Until I know what that tip is, I don't want to count it. And since I won't do this weekly check-in until the 17th, I can wait until it clears, and then I can change this number and have the proper number. I don't want to throw my math off and then have to go readjust whatever it was that he tipped, and he tipped anywhere from $5 to $8. He couldn't remember. He's, I don't know. I'm like, okay, whatever. And so that is why I moved it to Friday, and which is kind of the cool thing about using your credit card as a holding place like an airport, when your airplane is in holding and waiting in one area and then everything else is moving around it. I can hold this and wait to pay it later, but not too much later. You have the cash for it, but something like this where it's a little bit of a hiccup and you're not quite sure the total and you want to balance everything, I can just wait a few days and then go, oh, okay, next week I can pay that because now I know the exact amount. You'll see this with my unbudgeted too. How am I going to pay for it? Where is it coming from? Where is it going? That's going to be really, really important. So my, let's see. Yeah, I got all my restaurants all checked off here. So now I am going to move on to miscellaneous. And miscellaneous budgeting, or miscellaneous things that we spent. The first one was Amazon, let's see, cord. it was a 2-pack of a USB-C, I think it's called, for the new iPhones and tablets and things like that. It's a 20-watt little plug with a cord, and both my sons got new phones. And here's all the AT&T transactions for the new phone, which is why I put it under unbudgeted, because I didn't know how much it was going to cost that day when I went in. I knew I was buying 2 new phones, and I was going to buy accessories and all that stuff. So I will explain that later when I get to unbudgeted. So, but I did put under miscellaneous this cord. So that is the first thing, the $26.39. And then over here, these arrows just mean I actually bought it on the previous day. I just didn't have room on the previous day with all the AT&T charges. But Hobby Lobby, my husband was so sweet. I went in to look around, and I found 2 sticker books. Do I have them? I don't have them close by. And they are the new faith ones, and I'm using them on my other channel, Lisa's Faith and Scripture Writing channel, and I just used them the other day, and I absolutely love them. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful faith sticker books. So I wanted something new and fresh and everything, and to use in my scripture writing and my journaling and all that stuff. So that was kind of fun. And yeah, they were full price. I didn't have a coupon or anything, but he's like, no, I want you to have them. They make you happy. So I was like, yes, I got them. So that went under miscellaneous. And then we went to Lowe's, those little wooden shims. I don't know how to describe them other than a wedge of wood kind of thing, but they're very thin, and they use them in door frames. They use them in lots of places. So my husband needed those. So we bought a 2-pack for $3.73. That's what it was. And then got my sons a new shower head for their shower. It's the same shower head I have in ours, and I like it better than what they've got. And theirs is starting to leak, and it's old. So we were like, go ahead and update it while we can. 5860, is that right? 5881. There we go. These are right. I do know that. I just couldn't read my writing there. Walmart, the other half of the receipt, like I said earlier, it was jeans, it was totes, it was a bunch of stuff, little stuff from Walmart and clothing and stuff. That's miscellaneous to me, and that's $68.81. I don't buy clothes often, but when I do, I need a place to account for it, so that's what I did. And then what else miscellaneous? So when I took my boys shopping, what I was talking about the other day was yesterday, I was looking for Christmas stuff, decor, but I went to Bargain Hunt, and that was $66.78, and then Dollar Tree, which was $14.58. So Dollar Tree, I got a bunch of bags. Large enough. I've stopped wrapping gifts. I don't wrap my gifts anymore. And the kid, my sons and my husband and I just don't really want to tear paper anymore. It's great when the kids are little, but when they're adults, it's like, here, have fun. So I get tissue paper, I get a bag, and they just pull it right out. They're like, yay, I got it. Thank you. I love you, Mom. Bye. And then they're off. That's just who we are. And so I was getting Christmas bags and Christmas boxes to put t-shirts and sweatpants or shorts or whatever they want. Clothing items. So there's that. And I also got some tabletop centerpieces that me and my son came up with that had this glass with a vase. And then we found these candles that went with it. And that was separate, but we made it work with it. I'm like, oh, we made a pretty little design, and bought some boxes of lights to put around in the windows and things like that. So those were fun. So that's what the Bargain Hunt and Dollar Tree excursion was all about. And today I bought a book for my Kindle. And I don't have Kindle. I have the Kindle app on my iPad, and then Audible for that book. I don't have Audible anymore, and it's 14 some for 1 credit every month, which is higher than what I probably would have been spending if, like, this was $7.92 to get the Audible for this book. So So I only do it every once in a while. I'm not buying books as frequently. It was Lisa Tierkhurst, her newest Boundaries book, which if you know Lisa Tierkhurst and her Bible studies and her books, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm not going to get into that. It's not personal to me, but it's great information, and it's really reflective of kind of what I've gone through for the past year, but we're in a good place now. So, and I'd like to continue to be in that good place. So that's why I want her book. So Audible and Kindle. So there's that. Let's total up all of these. Oh, this is much better on this side. And let's get it on camera. Okay, 26, 39, 44, 50, 373, 58, 81, plus 64, 81, plus 14, 58, plus 66, 78, plus 15, 89, and 792. Okay, so that brings us to $303.41. I'm going to write that on here. 41, there we go. And then, my sticky note part 2. Here we go. Now I've kind of already done this, but we're going to check it off, and I'll just show you here that my unbudgeted has been broken down into different things. So my husband right here, $814.30. Very expensive tickets. Extremely expensive tickets. I've had a bucket list. It's the only thing on my bucket list, really. And it's on Valentine's Day. It's a concert with Journey. And it's 6th row in seat and on the aisle and but 6 rows back. I mean, like, we're right there. And though it's a ridiculous amount of money to pay for tickets to a concert, he's like, I don't care. I was gone for probably 13 years or more of our 26-year marriage because I had to deploy, and I was never home on Valentine's Day, or we could never do anything on Valentine's Day. And so you want the tickets, you want to go see Journey in concert, and I want you to go, and I'm treating you like a princess, and we are going. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? So I would have been happy with the $50, $60 tickets up high, but you know, he was like, nope, 6th row on the floor, right there. I said, oh my gosh, that's just crazy. So I love this guy. But here's the hilarious part of this. Okay, months ago, I cashed in our rewards on our credit card. Now we have moved, and we have put thousands of dollars on it and paid thousands of dollars off and paid cash for everything. We sold our house, and the house we sold, we bought windows for it, and the proceeds of the house paid the $14,000 we put on there to pay off the windows. The $9,000 we charged to move here was paid by the company my husband is now working for. So it was put on, it was paid off. My credit card's been paid off, and we put a few $1,000s on it every month, and we pay a few $1,000s off of it every month. Keep it paid off. So I had like buku points. It was $850 of rewards cash. Typically, we only do $200 or $150 a year. That's it. It was $850. I was like, oh my gosh, this is less than $850, these tickets. So essentially, we used our rewards cash to pay. And I did. I transferred where I put it in savings, the rewards, and moved it over to our credit card to pay this. So that's been paid. Then I had $225.04. That is another, so we're talking about Ticketmaster here. So that one's there. Now over here, and I'm going out of order here, but over here, Mary and Martha. So they had a sale. It was a flash sale for one day or something like that. And I got the great idea that I could buy a lot of Christmas gifts, mostly Christmas mugs and stuff, and for family nearby and family coming into town, and they would love these gifts. So I ordered a bunch of stuff from Mary and Martha. I love their products. I have their whole dish set of the Grace and Gratitude collection. Absolutely love it. So that is paid with a sinking fund for Christmas, because they're Christmas gifts. And so that is where I have that. Now, the next one I have. Now, these two money moves have been taken care of. They're paid for. $98.88. $598.88. It says Justin B Day right here. My son was born on Christmas Eve. What in the heck did I buy that was almost $600? For the first time in 2 years, I've been able to find an almost reasonably priced PlayStation 5, a PS5 console. It's disc, and it came with an extra controller. So it has the box with the PlayStation 5 and a controller that's white that comes with it, and then the free black one that comes with it, or the price is rolled into the bundle with a black, picked out the color black controller for my son, Justin, who's turning 24. I wanted to get it for him when it came out. They sold so fast, and then I could never find them under $1,000 with all these bundles and stuff and price gouging. I just couldn't find the PlayStation 5s. So that was crazy. Now I have charged it to a credit card. I have not figured out exactly how we're paying for it or how much, because it's a birthday gift. Typically family like to send cash, and I pull everybody's cash for Christmas and birthdays, and then I disperse it in a certain way and either buy the gift or give the kids cash or whatever. So this is a birthday gift that's probably going to be divided 3 ways, where we're going to pay a part, my father-in-law is going to pay a part, and then my parents are going to pay a part. And it won't be equal parts, but that's where all the cash is coming from. But we're just leaving it sitting on the credit card until then. So this will not be paid right away, but probably by the end of this month, when I suspect they would typically send money, that is how I'm paying for that. So I have a plan. We'll see what happens. If not, we'll just pay cash and eat it, and that's fine, because my husband's excited about it, because I think he wants to get a few games and use it too. So we'll see. But yeah, it's my son's birthday gift. Now, I do have a part of the unbudgeted, which is this AT&T part. And then, do I have this? Oh, and this, bought a bunch of organizational bins from Amazon and started organizing my pantry, and I'm getting ready to do my bathrooms and stuff. So that was $130.18. This list here is going to be this organization, and then all of these over here. I gotta check off this GameStop. We've already talked about that. All right. Let's see. Am I on screen? Yeah. Okay. So AT&T, I have $31.80. I have $43.80. I have $43.80, and then I have $5.30. So what is purchased here? And I don't know why they had to charge it separately, but they did. But we were T-Mobile. Now we're AT&T. So you're going to see changes in the bills that way going forward. I don't know when all those changes are going to happen, but I think it was cheaper here, this new plan, and my both my adult sons needed new phones, and I found it very interesting. I typically try to pay cash for the phones, but because they were running this promotion, $15 a month for 36 months, which is $540. That's the cost. That's what we would pay on these phones if I allow that $15 to roll every month. Typically, I pay off any phone that I lease or pay cash for it. Well, this time it was cheaper to do this because it said on the paperwork that the phones were over $700. Now, I think what might be happening is people are buying cash for their phones and then setting up service instead of having that monthly fee, and they're trying to get those customers back to leasing, and they're giving them a steep discount to do that. So, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I might have just lucked into a discount. There was a lot of discounts they put on their military, and all kinds of stuff. So, but that's what the cost of the phone is going to be over 36 months. And they typically keep their phones that long or longer. So that works for me. And so this $31.80 was an accessory for an OtterBox. I bought two. It was buy one, get one free, which was awesome. And then I got a discount on a cable, free accessory, power cord and cable. Let's see. No, it was just a plug. And you could just put in your any cord that you had that would fit in that plug. So anyways, whatever. That's what that was. And then the $5 or the $43.80, that was the tax paid on the phone. Now the phones my son got were brand new phones, but they were 2013s. They were last year's model. And that was probably one reason why the discount was so low, because they're just getting rid of the old phones. And so instead of paying cash and paying $700 for the phone of a 2013 of previous year's phones, I'm paying less this way. So that's probably the promotion I got. So I got two iPhones, two different colors, and they are 2013s, and they're happy as clams because the battery capacity is up there and they're doing well. Their battery capacity dropped drastically of overuse, and yeah, so they just needed new phones. They were wearing out. Amazon Core. Oh, I talked about the $5.30 was purchasing a new SIM card. My husband got a new SIM card for his Samsung phone. He's the only one that's not an iPhone. So he took the old one out and put the new one in. The new phones already had SIM cards, didn't have to worry about that. And then my phone, I don't think we replaced the SIM card in mine. If we did, I don't remember. But they only charged us for one. So there you go. And because I wasn't sure if it was going to be more or less than this when I put it on the card and we were doing all these charges, I wasn't paying attention to what the total was going to be. With AT&T, I was going to wait until I got home and figure it out. That's why they're in unbudgeted. I could have done it under miscellaneous, but I'm already over budget in miscellaneous, so might as well go unbudgeted. So that is totaled there already at $254.88. My husband did get gas the other day at $42.69. And the only thing really left to check off is the pharmacy. So I have all this checked off. Whew, that's a lot of stuff I spent. Let's check off the gas, and let's see. Pharmacy. This is the pharmacy. All these purple little stickers. Okay, make sure I'm on here. So $14 for the pharmacy, and another $5.84. These are prescriptions, and copay, and then there's one in here. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to cross this out because this is not going to be paid on credit card. And that's it. So, $41.84. Now, the reason this one is not going to be paid on credit card is because I wrote a check. But I wanted to track that I actually paid something on a bill for medical. Here on this sheet. So that was important to me, but it's not what I have to pay on my credit card. What I'm working on right now, weekly check-in, is what I have to pay my credit card pay back my credit card from the budget I have in my spending categories. So $41.84, and there we go. So let's turn that page here. to my weekly check-in. And there we go. Got that on camera. So all of this got paid. I'm just going to put check marks with the last week's money and budget, either through savings accounts or checking account. All that was taken care of. Now we're going to go from the spent, and I'm going to see how I did in the budget to see if I overspent or I stayed under budget for the week. I break down my weeks, I break down how much I'm going to spend total, and we're going to see how that is. I do want to make this one thing, prescription copay. I'm going to make that $200 because I did add $100 to cover, and that gives me a quandary here because I spent over $100 for an office visit for a specialty. Insurance paid half, I paid the other half. And it was a check, weekly check-ins, or for, it could be for just the credit card, or it could be for combination credit card and just keeping up the total. I'm going to include that $100 here, even though that's not what I have to spend. And then I'll make a note over here that I'm only paying 40 of it on the credit card. That's what I'm going to do. I still want to track, because being civilian outside a military treatment facility, where everywhere I went in the military, doctors and those facilities, I always paid, or I never had to pay for pretty much anything. It was very rare. My allergy shots were the only thing that were outside of the military treatment facility where I actually had to pay a copay. And so I'm still figuring this all out. Doctor's visits are $22 a pop. Just medications can be $5, $10, things like that. I never paid for any of those things. So I'm still wrapping my head and getting used to that kind of thing. So there we go. Moving on. So let's get these numbers down. I spent, I'm going to turn this a little bit because I got to write this down. $436.09, 182.75, miscellaneous, 303.41, gasoline, 42.69, and then what was that total? Can't read that number. 105.94 plus the 41.84. There we go. Flip the page. There we go. So I'm going to write 147.78, but note credit card is 41.84. There we go. That way I know I'm only paying that amount on the credit card. The rest of it was done check, and then I can balance forward from here how much cash is left over. So I may be increasing medical monthly to a different amount until I pretty much everything adjusted and I have a proper budget for it. So this is, like I said, still new to me. I'm still figuring it out. All right, so let's see here. Let me zoom out. That way the camera or the phone, the calculator and the notebook are in the same space. Okay, I'm back. I think my allergies are kicking in, and I didn't take a Zyrtec last night, I don't think, and so now it's kind of, my throat's itchy, my nose. Yeah, I might have to go back to an allergist. This is pretty bad. Starting to really creep up on me. Okay, here we go. So 556.26 minus the 436.09. That gives me 120.17. All right. And so I was in budget there. Restaurants were 200 and I spent 182.75, and that gives me $17.25. I do balance these forward to the next week so that it's available there. Now, if you're somebody that does cash envelopes, or if you're somebody that does savings challenges, this is a great way. If you saved money, like you could have took that $120 that you were going to use for groceries and didn't, put it towards your emergency fund. You can put it towards Christmas, or activities, or whatever it is you need that money for, if you don't need it that week and you have enough going forward. But I don't work that way. I don't like doing that. But it is a great way of doing it. It's kind of fun. Way over miscellaneous. Okay. 120.30 is what I had. Make sure I'm right. Yeah, because I was over here. And I give myself 150. I subtracted that. That's what was left. And I'm going to subtract $303.41. Wow. All right. That is a big chunk there. I'm going to have to check my Excel spreadsheet and double check that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right here. All right. 183.11. Now what I want to do is go ahead and 150. Okay, so that makes sense. So I want to go ahead and write this down. This already starts me at negative 33.11 for the week 3. So more than likely, everything's going to be unbudgeted until week 4, and when my husband gets his next paycheck. So I'm really going to have to pay attention and really make serious decisions on that. So, and it's going to be really hard because Sarah Marie Stickers tomorrow is releasing her January kits and her January New Year kits and all this stuff. And oh my gosh, yeah, I will still get them, and I will be in the hole for that. So you will see more unbudgeted. You will see more red. There you go. Oh man, $200 for gasoline, because I got gas right before the week started, the first of the week. I don't really need it. I have a half a tank, so I don't need any more gas. And my husband got gas the other day, so it's 42.68.9. Sorry, and that leaves me with 157.31. This will keep balancing forward because this Saturday we're going to be traveling, and it's a 4-hour round trip. So yeah. That's a lot of driving. So most of that money is going to be used up this weekend. Prescription copay. So at $200, and I'm going to take out $147.78, and that gives me $52.22. Okay, but I know I'm only going to pay this much on the credit card. Now the rest of these, I'm going to pay the credit card with my checking account. Because that is the cash that needs to come from checking into the credit card, and it should pay off the credit card, unless I've done my math wrong somewhere. So hopefully, except for that gift I bought my son, that we will be waiting until more cash comes in, and then we'll pay for it. That's kind of where I'm at right now. That's the weekly check-in. Let's go ahead and do the numbers here. So I budget $400 a week for grocery household, and I usually keep it consistent. Whatever I do in week 1, I'm doing it for every week, unless I make note that I'm not doing it for a week. So $400 plus this one. Well, I don't really need to do the math, but 120.17. So it's $520 to start the week. I gave myself a really high budget because sales and holiday spending for food and family and stuff, and Thanksgiving, I wanted to make sure I had enough carrying over every week, that we were taking care of the budget. Let's see, restaurants, I had $17.25, and I need to give myself $100. Okay, I'm back. I hope my setup is still right where I needed it to be, but my camera cut off, so I changed battery. What I was saying before, added $100 to 117.25 for restaurants, so that's what we're putting here. 117.25. We already did the miscellaneous because of the negative, and the gasoline 157.31. Oops. Plus the $100 for gasoline. Again, we plan to do a lot of driving during this time period, so we just want to make sure our gas is covered. When you're doing your budget and what you're doing is putting a protective hedge around money or compartmentalizing that money, so when you need it, it's right there and you don't have to think about it. It doesn't hurt, and it really helps keep things in focus for your goals. So that's what I love about doing a budget, is making sure I'm staying on track with that. So we had $52.22 in copay. I'm not going to add any more. I'm not doing $100 a week or anything. I'm just going to leave it at 52. If I feel like I need to add more, I will, but for now, 52.22 is what I have. And I feel pretty good. I know I'm over here, but the rest of these are kind of absorbing the overage, or I could take it out of the buffer of the checking account. I don't know what that is offhand, but I think there's a few $100s. I usually keep about $400 or $500 minimum cash sitting in the checking account and rolling it over paycheck to paycheck. So except for the first of the month, I take whatever the end of the month is and put that into savings and start all over again. So but that is my week 3 setup. That is my week 2 closeout for weekly check-in. Now I know how much I need to put on the credit card and pay off the expenses that I've charged, and everything stays in balance. So that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions or comments or anything about weekly check-ins or how I do these things or why I do what I do, if I confused you in any way, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to clarify or talk to you about that, and just have a little chat and build this community to help one another. I did get a comment last week on my sinking funds, and she's like, I appreciate you, I think her Desiree, if I got their name wrong, I'm sorry. But anyways, she said, I appreciate you explaining this, because it helped her understand a way of doing this. And since I'm a digital person, I do not use cash at all. Very rarely do I use cash. It helped her to see, oh, I can have it compartmentalized in the account and know exactly how much I have for each account. Now there is one account I have sinking funds, and I'll just flip to it really quick. That was for cell phone and tech, and I could use that to pay for the unbudgeted things of spending over here, and that would be fine. I might actually do it that way just because I do have $700 sitting there. I could use that $700. Actually, I think this month is $800. Let me see. Yeah, it's going to be $800 this month. I can use that to pay for the PS5 that I just bought my son. So, shh, don't tell my son. But yeah, I mean, I have sources in case my families or the ones that you normally provide money for birthdays and Christmases, I have a way of paying for it. I will make that decision probably at the end of the month once I've talked to family and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.
I used to stay up all night trying to find my place, chasing neon lights and looking for some kind of trace to lead me out of darkness. Give